I'm Suzanne Ridgway and welcome back to my channel. Are you having a snow day? We are. So let's bake. I'm going to bake up some buttermilk biscuits from the Dollar Tree, and I have some self-rising flour and a couple of ripened bananas, and we're going to make some banana muffins for when my kids get up later. It's going to be awesome. If you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by and checking me out. Thank you to everyone who watches me every single day. We are almost up to 38,000 views a day. That is huge for my channel. Just from 3 weeks ago, we were at 14K. Thank you so much for that. We have some giveaways to announce. We need 5 more to give away the 14-inch bunny from the Dollar Tree. And we need 10 more for the 5 items prize pack from the Dollar Tree, valued at $6.25. We are 45 away from 1,000 here on YouTube. When we get there, we're going to issue out 2 $20 Dollar Tree gift cards, one for new subs, one for people who comment. All the information is down below in my description box for all these giveaways. Don't forget to share me to your favorite social media sites. Give this video a big thumbs up. Please smash on that subscribe word down below. Don't forget to tap on that bell. Let's get baking. This is my overstock, and I'm going to take a couple of bins down off the freezer here and get the buttermilk biscuit package. This is the buttermilk biscuit package that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of it. And we're going to see if the oven needs to be preheated or not. I'm going to throw this together. We're having a snow day today, and I thought this would be a perfect way to start the morning. Let's get the directions together. You're going to need to heat the oven to 450. Please pay attention to the words heat. Heat means you just turn it on. Preheat means you heat it up first. Then you're going to add a half a cup of water. This is pre-made, so it already has the buttermilk in it. And then you're going to stir it and make the biscuits. I'm going to do the spoon drop biscuits onto the baking sheet. Let's go ahead and dump in all the Bisquick. And we're going to add a half a cup of water. Dump that on in. When you're baking, you should be exact, unless it's a specific dump and go baking recipe. Baking is very finicky. Over my years trying to learn how to be a better baker, I've made many mistakes. And I just dumped it in and didn't say to fold it in. When you fold things in, you pour a little bit at a time as you mix. And make sure all that powder turns into a dough ball. Grab my parchment paper from the Dollar Tree, and what I'm going to do is splash a little water on it so the parchment paper doesn't roll up into a scroll. Just take the water and make sure it's all over the pan here. And then I'm going to take out the parchment paper. And it's not going to roll up. Parchment paper is going to stay put. It's not going to scroll up on me. I'm going to do a few of these together. I'm going to make sure that all the dry dough is mixed in well. I'm going to take a spoonful of the Bisquick and place it down. The dough's going to be a little bit sticky, and that's okay. I'm going to do 3 down and then across and fill up my baking sheet. Let's do one more together. If you have regular Biscuit at home, you can also do that. Package made 7. If you have a large family and would like extra, I would buy 2 packages and just double the recipe. Turn the oven on to 450. Let's go put this into the oven and then set it for about 8 minutes. And I'll confirm that on the package. I like to do a little less and add on directly to the center of the rack. Now I have about a ½ inch apart. On the package it says 8 to 11 minutes. So what we're going to do is let the oven count down 8 minutes and then check them, and if I need to I'll add a couple more minutes. I have these extremely ripened bananas here. I mashed them up and some self-raising flour. And since I'm baking, we're going to make some banana muffins. It's cold out and it's sleeting and snowing. We had a lot of ice overnight and then the snow started. Take some self-rising flour here. Add in about a cup and a half with my mug. I don't want to use my measuring cup because it's wet still. I'm going to grab 2 eggs, a cup of brown sugar, and then we're going to mix with a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of milk. Crack in 2 eggs. Add a cup of brown sugar, loosely packed. And my milk here. About 2 tablespoons, and then we're going to mix it. About 1.5 minutes on the biscuits, and they're going to need a couple more minutes because they don't even look near done yet, even at the 450 degree temperature, but it did say heat the oven, not preheat. Just going to mix until all the dry ingredients are combined. I'm not going to add any extra sugar, just the brown sugar. If you have walnuts, you can add walnuts to this as well. These may need a little more time. Let's take a peek at the biscuits from the Dollar Tree. Oh yeah, we're going to put them in for another 3 minutes. The packaging isn't always correct because everybody has different ovens, newer, older. I have my muffin pan ready. Now we're going to fill it halfway each one. And you're going to continue until your bowl is empty with your banana muffin mix. that we made with self-rising flour. Here's a little tip from a viewer, from Stephanie Mead. You can spray utensils with butter spray and the dough will not stick. Thank you for that tip, Stephanie. I'm going to finish these and then pop them in the oven when the biscuits are done. Here's what they look like in the muffin pan. This is a great muffin pan I picked up at Odd Lots, Big Lots type of store. It was $11.99 and it came with a bunch of stuff. I didn't care for the silicone muffin holders. I prefer the old school ones. So I've been using these instead. And the ripened bananas with the brown sugar, because I don't always have brown sugar, tastes incredible. These are going to be really good banana muffins. You can hear the sleet as it hits the ground in the trees. It is a mess outside. I've heard the plow come through salting a few times this morning. And it is so cold. It is a perfect time to bake. These biscuits actually needed an additional 5 minutes, and that is just about ready to expire, the 24 seconds. Let's go ahead and get the oven opened. They're golden brown on top now. I can see with them peeking out. Perfect. Now we're going to reduce the heat on the oven for the muffins to 375. And we're going to get the muffins in directly into the center of the rack once again. And they're going to time them for 18 minutes. Here's the biscuit. It's the buttermilk biscuit from the Dollar Tree. It's done, not doughy. It didn't need the extra 5 minutes. Remember, do not preheat the oven, heat the oven. Let's give it a try. Nothing like hot, warm biscuits right out of the oven. This is going to go great with some jelly, or homemade jelly if you have it, butter, honey, delicious. So my coffee maker broke this morning on a snowstorm day. Not good. I have another source of caffeine. Grabbed my soda. I used to drink soda in the morning all the time, then switched to coffee years and years ago, probably in my mid-20s. These buttermilk biscuits are absolutely divine. My husband even had one right before he went downstairs to go get the sleet and ice off the car. He's going to move it up a little bit so the plow can plow underneath him. He already did behind him, and when he comes back around, he'll probably plow a little more alongside the sidewalks. We have a decent bunch of plows that come through, and always make sure the kids can get to the bus stops. They're not plowed or snowed in, and they can get across safely. Let's check on these muffins. This is going to be the best batch of banana muffins I ever made. They're definitely going to need more time, and I use that self-rising flour. Look how beautiful they are. You can really hear the sleet and ice hitting the house as it's coming down from the sky. Oh, these look absolutely perfect. And they look like they are done. They are nice and golden brown. Can you hear that sleet? They are done. Look at how awesome they turned out. I'm going to use self-rising flour. From now on when I make muffins and things of that nature, because this is the best batch I ever made. And they look really good and round on most of the tops. Just one little guy had trouble. And they smell absolutely amazing. The screen is frozen shut. That is what it looks like outside the house. That is the front. Here's another look at the banana muffins. They look amazing. This only made 7 biscuits, so again, double the recipe if you have a larger family. And here's what they look like. They look absolutely incredible, and they were absolutely delicious.